So what I'm going to talk about now is how you can approach investors to raise money to grow your property business. Thanks for tuning into this latest video, and if you're new to this channel, please hit subscribe and the notification bell right now as I release new videos every single week. My name's Liam Ryan. I'm a property investor, entrepreneur, business owner. I love helping people just like you, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how you, regardless of your experience, can go and find money and start building a property business using other people's money. Now, before you even go out to investors, you need to know what is it you are going to do with the investor's cash. So what is your primary and secondary property strategy? There's many ways to make money in property, but you can't do them all at the very start. So what I teach is that you should have a primary strategy where you're spending 80% of your spare time focused, and then a secondary strategy where you're spending 20%. But you need to know what that primary, secondary strategy is going to be. Are you going to focus on rent to rent? Are you going to do single lets, HMOs, commercial deals, land development deals? So make that decision, because when you start going out to investors, they're going to want to know what you do in property. Number two, you need to know what you can offer the investor. So let's say someone's going to give you £50,000. Well, how can you offer that to them? What can you offer? How are you going to structure the deal? There's 4 main products that I offer out to investors, and I teach this at my events. Number 1 is the Savings Accelerator. Number 2 is the Portfolio Builder. Number 3 is the Buy to Sell. And number 4 is the Complete Sourcing Solution. Each of those 4 products have their own unique USPs, unique selling points, and each one will appeal to a different type of investor. And by having those products available, you will be able to reach and appeal to many, many, many more investors. Number 3 is I never, ever, ever want you to come across desperate for the money. This is one of the worst things that you could do. So even though you might want the money and you might need the money to go and build a property business, you need to come across professional, and you certainly don't want to be coming across desperate. This is going to turn your investor off. Always go with the view of how can I best serve my potential investor. You're not going to get every deal over the line. Not every investor is going to gel with you. Not every investor is going to like you. It's a pure numbers game. But when they know you, when they like you, they will connect with you and they will invest the money with you. So have fun. I spent a lot of time in the early stages going out for teas and coffees and lunches, meeting up at hotels. I spent time in Costa Coffees and Starbucks. Anyone that was willing to invest in me, I just went and met them. I kept an open mind. I wasn't desperate for the cash. Even though I was desperate for the cash, I had no money when I started to buy my own property deals. The only way that I was going to do this was through joint venture finance, and you might be in the same position. So go, smile, be yourself. You're never going to get 100% success rate, but hey, how many investors do you need to get started? You just need one. So top tip number 4 is make a list now of all potential investors that you think you could start approaching once you've got the right training, once you've got the right foundations. You will be amazed at who you already know. Friends, family members, business colleagues, ex-people that you've worked with at work, you name it. There's so many people out there that have got cash. So make an investor list, and then once you've got a better understanding of what you can offer, you can start making the approach. And an approach is as simple as a coffee, a dinner, or lunch, hang out. And this is how you start to find out who is a potential investor and who isn't. So go for it. Get your phone out now and make a list of every single potential investor that you can go out to, where you can start to build a strong relationship and create win-win situations. Point number 5 is that you really need to go through a fact-finding process with your potential investors. You need to know who they are, what they do, what makes them tick, where are they now, where are they going in the future, are they looking for fixed rate return, what are their dreams, hopes, inspirations, what do they want to do for their families. Once you know what the investor is looking for, have a fixed rate, they want to be part of the deal, how much money they've got to invest, you can then go away and come up with something that's going to suit their needs. And once you provide them what they want, you are more likely to get that investor over the line. So go through a fact-finding process. Remember the touch points. And typically speaking, you need to have a minimum of 5 touch points with your investor before they say yes. 80% of all sales are done between touch point 5 and touch point 12. So touch point 5 and touch point 12. So the follow-up is really, really, really important. Go for coffees, play some golf, go clay pigeon shooting, race some fast cars, hang out at spa days, go for nice lunches and dinners, hang out with the family. Go through this process of finding out more about your investor. You will become their new best friend, you'll build that relationship, and this is how you get the investor over the line. Now, one of the most important things that you must do when you have a meeting with an investor is book in the second meeting, okay? You must book in the second meeting. This is absolutely essential because people get busy. Never, ever, ever say, hey, it's been great meeting you, John, and I'll give you a call in a few days. If you think there's some sort of synergy, if you think this could develop into something more, then what you would do is say, hey John, this has been a great lunch, a great meeting today, great phone call. Let's book in the next session so we can keep the momentum going. So remember, always book in the next meeting at the end of each meeting you have. And what will happen at some point is you will be in a position where you need to show your investors a deal that you have available. Now, what I like to do is what I call the takeaway close. I will show a deal that one of my other investors is doing, and I will ask my new investor if this deal makes sense. And I will ask my potential investor to give me feedback. And normally what happens, they want to do that deal, but they can't do that deal because that deal's for David over here, my other smart investor. And when you take something away from someone, what normally happens? Your desire level goes up and you want it even more. So you can close without even closing the deal or asking for the money. The investor will close themselves. So present opportunities that your existing investors are doing or looking to do, because hey, maybe this is a first investor that you're having. Just show them something which you may be considering investing into. Ask for their feedback, make sure it's a great deal, and the investor will say yes to you. It's important that you persevere with investors. It's about being yourself. It's about being friendly. Give yourself freely to your investors, and just remember, you are just one investor away from getting a no money down property deal in your portfolio. So if you want to know more about no money down property investing, then watch this video right here. And if you want to know more about how to build relationships with people in your power team, then watch this video here. See you soon, take care.